Hello and welcome to another edition of the Dugout. It feels like a long time since we did a Dugout test match, even though we only had
5 days.
No,
5 days since we did it.
test match was 1
2
and a
days.
quarter day, 1 and a 3/4 day.
2 days maybe you can say, because we had a longest day
Acha.
yesterday. Today there was the longest
But
session.
1.5 session
Then you
less
add another
today.
35
so
overs.
2 days I'll say. It's
2 days.
rounded
Less
off.
than 2 actually.
Yeah, it is less than technically, less than 2 days, but if we have to say it, then 2 days is fine.
You don't have to say it.
2 days we have won the test match in just 2 days.
2 days. Is it a historic win?
Yeah, definitely.
How is it a historic? Please give us reason. Na?
It's a
I know your opinion is very valuable by saying yes or no. That will make the show.
no,
Please share some opinion also.
but
So
according
the headline will be Shashwat says yes, it is historic.
No, it is historic according to me. It is because for many reasons to it. Firstly, I feel that this is sort of you've made the right noises across the world, because since so many days we were listening to a lot of statements coming in from Australia ahead of the BGT, that how important this is and all of this. But from the Indian side, there was no statement.
Australians were saying about Bangladesh.
No. About them beating India 5-0 and all of these things But from India, there was no statement as such. But I feel this performance in itself will send across a very big message to the Australian team also, that if this is what they can do at home, just going to Australia, I feel so.
I don't think this is going to ruffle any feathers over there in Australia.
No, I definitely they are going to see this in a.
See, while this result was expected, let's firstly be on expected line. Australia also would have preempted that India is going to win 2-0. But the manner in which India played,
that's why.
The way the Indian batters played, that I think will like to.
Does it change the strategy? See,
Not strategy.
Mentally.
Does it ruffle feathers?
It kind of, yes. If I am an Australian team right now, I've seen the way this team is playing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I am like, okay, this team will take us head on.
And I'm not equating.
That's not to say that we will be underestimating ourselves if I'm an Australian. I think Australia is the last team to do that.
Yeah.
They will have strategies like that only for any team they do it. But now they will be forced to reconsider. If they, this is the way they play, or this is the way that they can play. So I'm sure, and by the way, not just Australia, this win, that's why I'm saying why this win is important. This win is making global headlines.
Exactly.
The world of cricket is noticing it. I'm on social media. Take an example of Pakistan. People are trashing their own team. One, for losing to this Bangladesh team. Secondly, saying just look at the way India are playing. Look at the template India is setting. Look at the intent this Indian team is showing. English media, I was seeing a lot of them. All of them are pointing out. Even though the debate, the fight there is whether it's Virat Kohli who started all this or it's Rohit Sharma who started. Many are saying Virat had, actually given them this belief, or this fast bowling unit that you have, or these spinners. All of them, really prospered under Virat Kohli. So that debate is on, but the fact that the world of cricket, wherever you are, in England, in Australia, in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, everyone has noticed.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that this performance would actually change anything, that how Australia are going to approach the series or how they are playing about it. It's just equivalent to the statements that were coming from it. I'm taking this as a statement given back to them that we are also coming all guns blazing and we are ready for the challenge. However much they are prepared, or I'm not saying that India are definitely going to win the series, but definitely this is sort of a statement from the Indian team side. And also I feel this could be the start of that I feel that till now it wasn't about India dominating test cricket all across the world, be it home or away, because there are still places where you haven't won test series. But still I feel what this has done is it has sort of shown Bangladesh how Bangladesh should have been treated by a world number 1 seed, by a team that should be world number 1 and that is world number 1. If you're dominating test cricket all across the world, this is how you should be treating Bangladesh. No disrespect to Bangladesh, but just according to the rankings and the kind
you just disrespected them, and he's saying no disrespect.
No disrespect.
He said India has shown how Bangladesh should be treated.
Yeah.
No disrespect to them.
No disrespect to them, but I'm just.
This is who you are, but no disrespect.
I'm just trying to say that India, where India is and where we see India, in that sense.
I'll
Yeah.
get to whether it's a turning point or not, because that's what our discussion is. But just because you were talking about statements, one came from Australia, of course it will come out, and I don't think those statements will change despite this result also. But the statement that Chanto also made before coming to India,
He didn't say anything. He constantly
he said we are not just going to make up the numbers, we are going with the intention of winning those 2 test matches.
At times, I feel that the things that the players say, at times it's taken very wrongly also, because it's not like it wasn't, see, I also read that whole thing and I also read all his statements. Nowhere did he seem overconfident or nowhere did he sort of try to give the challenge. Now, if somebody is constantly asking, he is of course not going to say we are going there to
So you're
complete
saying
numbers.
the social media is misconstrued.
Yeah.
They're presented in the wrong light.
Yeah.
So
We've just taken that chunk out.
Because what happens on Instagram or Twitter, you can only put those many words, no? So you put we are going to win 2-0, somebody will put, and people will then now put emojis and smiley or ROFL and all of that with this.
Nobody will take the question, nobody will take the previous answer or the answer after that, nothing else. So at times,
to that I will agree. I don't think Chanto really disrespected the team. He had all the respect. But there is a bit of a disconnect, and I'm sure that people will point out that when he said we are here not just to make up numbers, we are here to win the 2 test matches, that is nothing wrong. But that also lays down his ambition. And then after that, if you fold up with the way Bangladesh has folded, then you have all the right to point fingers at him. I'm not saying he was arrogant when he said that. Like any other captain, he made that. But if you had fought, see, you lost the first test match when being in a good position. Ashwin Jadeja took that match away from you, and then you crumbled. Second test match, you had no business to be losing this test match in that much time. So, even if you did not say it with arrogance, like you're saying, it was just a reply to a question. Even then, people are going to be, let's say if I'm from Bangladesh, let's say, you went with all the confidence, I'm not saying arrogance, but the confidence of we can fight with this Indian team. We are not looking to just make up numbers but win 2-0. And here you are, you've not lost, you've been, I'm sorry to use the word, but hammered. You have been. You're losing in 1.5 days.
No, I see again. I feel the confidence. Yeah, definitely they were feeling confident coming into the series, but they very well know that there's a very big difference between India and Bangladesh.
I don't think Bangladesh envisioned this.
No. I see again. I did not listen to exactly what his tone was and what was it. I read the statement, so I felt that it wasn't coming across that way.
Bangladesh came here with this.
Absolutely.
They did not. This even for their standards, this is a fall from
this. One out of sportsmanship, you expect a captain to be saying, a visiting captain to be saying, just whatever sporting spirit that you expect from any competitive athlete. That we are not here to compete, we are here to win, and I take that. No matter where you place on the points table as far as WT is concerned, I'll take that. However, to say that this would be okay or this is what they had done, absolutely not. Also, they are, remember, coming back from a win that was a first for them. Beating Pakistan. You're high on confidence anyway. So, you were in every right to say that.
But realistically, if Shanto was given this scenario in the beginning that you'll lose the series 1-0 or maybe 1-1, or maybe you'll draw the series or you'll just lose 1-0, you'll somehow manage the second test, then I think it would have been okay. It would have not been this big.
Exactly.
If he would have been okay with that result also.
Exactly.
Going into the series itself.
Yes, but you have not done that. You lost 2-0, and it's not even say you lost 2-0. You had 5 days of test matches, and both test matches, they gave a tough fight. You had a few hundreds from them, good bowling spell, and then India being a better team has won. No team has beaten India anyway at home for in a series for so long. Then it would have been acceptable. The way they've crumbled, I'm not sure. I think just as we're going to be discussing this as a turning point for Indian Test cricket and why is it or not, whichever way our discussion is going to go, this is also a turning point for Bangladesh. I think Bangladesh should now get rid of the deadwood. Even if they are senior players, they should say, no boss, we have to move forward. You have to start now with the young team of remaining batters that you have. Let Shanto be your captain. Let it be with Mominul and Mehdi, Sadman, Litton, whatever, Sadman and all, these guys continue. This has to be you cannot. This is, I think, least expected. Anyway, let's talk about the Indian team. Is it a turning point in Indian Test cricket?
Not really.
No? Why?
I don't think so. See, just like we were saying that Australian cricket and Australians are going to see this win, and I believe that they're going to be looking at this win, no matter what the margin of the victory is. I think they're looking at it with a pinch of salt. That's my belief. So even I think for India, I think heart of hearts they'll know that they did whatever they did today was top of the line stuff, was the very best that they could have done. But these are rare occasions to come by. Your opposition again, if you were to do that against New Zealand, I'm not saying it can happen right now, but if it were to, then maybe you can make this argument. But the opposition,
No, but there will always be a turning point, no? Assuming you do it against New Zealand, and the turning point will still be this.
But when we say turning point, again, such instances, such matches across Test cricket played around the globe are far and few between.
Correct, which is why I say turning point.
A match like this will happen maybe once in 3 years.
No, a match
Once
like
in
this is
2 years.
No.
No, how many times have we seen that a match that is rained out to this extent get a result within 2 days?
That's why I'm saying not in once in 3, not in once in, this is once in 10 years.
Exactly. So when we say turning point, are we expecting them to play this way time and time again? No.
No, but this shows the mindset according
Correct.
to me.
But I feel
If I'm doing something once in 4 years, I don't think that that reflects a lot on
so
my mindset.
Obviously, Harshit, this kind of match cannot happen for one reason. You won't even get an opposition, with due respect to Bangladesh, our opposition crumble like that all the time. That's one thing. But why is it a turning point? I don't know. If I was to look at a comparison in the recent past, by recent past, because turning points only happen in 1 decade or 2 decades, right? Turning points are not something that every series is a
turning
turning
point for me, and maybe you can correct me there because I've given 2 examples. For me, turning point was you winning the first ever time that you did in Australia, 18-19. That was a turning point in Indian Test cricket. Does this give Indian cricket a new trajectory or a new turn? I don't think so.
That wasn't a turning point. See, I'll tell you what, exactly what I'm saying. Turning points happen rarely. Turning points have to happen once every 10 years. See, every win cannot be a turning point, right? There are wins and losses, which is why I said your point of this is a rare win, that in itself helps it qualified for a turning point, because that actually sets the tempo. Why I'm saying is that, and the closest example that I can think of a turning point, for example, was the 2014 Adelaide Test match. Okay, the way Virat Kohli came in as captain, the way he batted, he showed the world, come what may, we are going for a target.
Exactly.
For me, it came as a watcher of Indian cricket, as a fan of Indian cricket, it came to me as a surprise. That here is a situation or an Indian team that I got used to so often, on most occasion would shut shop, not go for a total. Here is a Virat Kohli who's telling me, no, I'm going for it. And that's why I remember that test match, even though India did not win.
Exactly.
I was like, this is a turning point. What was that a turning point for? That was a turning point for that even in overseas conditions, we are not going to take a step back. We are an, give it as good as we get sort of a team. That series, that test match proved to be a milestone, a turning point. In that same regard, India has been dominant at home for so long. They have dominated, as I said, hardly any team has come and beaten you. But I think what you did this time, to do the unthinkable, just as I did not expect them to go for a total in Adelaide, and they went, this is exactly that. You yourself gave them a 1% chance on the start of day 4. I'm not blaming you for that, but you are actually talking like an average Indian would have. And at that time, there would have been a majority
and it was not just on India. This was also on my expectation from Bangladesh.
No, but who took the initiative? India,
Yes.
right? Whether it was by batting or bowling. So you played an average Indian's role. You gave an example of 1%. I also, in my deepest, fantasies, where I would want Indian cricket to do very well and pull off some incredible wins, wouldn't have thought. But slowly and gradually that changed. So I will always remember this test match. That's why I say it's a milestone to begin with. Because whenever we will refer to a test match, we will refer to this test match. And so which is why I'm saying it is a turning point. Because from here I feel Indian team is going to be like, no matter the situation, no matter the condition, no matter what, we're going to go for it. Because if you listen to Rohit Sharma, it's not that they came planned with it. When they saw that they had dismissed Bangladesh in the first innings, that is where they said, listen, and you know what they said? They said, we're not looking, this is very interesting. They said, we were not looking at how many runs we get. They were not looking at that.
Yes, that's what Ashwin said.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm just trying to say, think of that mindset.
They were, by the way, prepared for even subpar 200.
That's what I'm saying. So look at that mindset. This mindset did not exist. They said, forget how many runs we get. We know we can get runs. How many overs do we need to dismiss Bangladesh for the second time? I think that is, absolutely incredible thinking. This is a sort of thinking that I had not associated with a lot of teams. They're not just thinking of, okay, let's try and get quick runs. You know how we were thinking? What normal conventional thinking was, we discussed, okay, we'll see if India can win this match, but first get runs fast.
Exactly.
First bat at 8 and over. If you can get that lead, then we'll think.
And we were thinking 120 lead would be enough.
I have
but
something.
First, we were also not 100% sure that you may want to bat at 6 and over, you may want to bat at 7 and over. Is it possible for your entire batting order to do it? See, now in hindsight, we are sitting and saying, no, it turned out fine, so it looks like normal. What they did was not normal. What they've done is beyond normal. What they've done is
exactly, and that's why.
But to say about India setting the record straight, or just showing us a new brand of cricket, which is what makes this whole brand of cricket qualify as a turning point, so to say. But I will look at this as just as an extension that India have done this in the past as well. Why? Let me take you back to Lords. Virat Kohli believed in his team, and even when nobody thought that India could pull off a win, in 60 overs, you pulled off a win.
No, but even...
Who did we give? Honestly, if we would have done percentages
see,
then...
actually, there's a difference. I'm saying from an unlikely situation, I'm just taking you to a Australia tour as well.
Yeah.
From an unlikely situation, after you are dismissed for 36 runs in Adelaide and from there on,
yes.
Unlikely situation, you have backs against the wall, from where you pull off a draw in Sydney, unlikely situation. Nobody have thought that Ashwin and they will grind it out. To even a Gabba where you set a total like that on a pitch like that, which is, all of them unlikely, 380 plus, unlikely. Those fight backs, I agree. I'm not saying about that. That India has won, even in Lords, that India has won from situations that are unlikely is different. Here I'm saying is,
but this was unlikely as well.
No, but that's not it. Unlikely are many. You're not getting. I am saying you have changed a complete template to do it.
Yeah.
You have just changed the way you're doing it. Everywhere else, you followed typical test cricket. Okay, we have to grind it out. It's a different, how do I say, you're winning a race every time. And if you win a race from coming from behind and winning, it's fantastic. It's an incredible thing to see. But if it is like somebody ran a race, fell down, got up and won, that is redefining it, right? Redefining running. So in this case, I think not only have they come from an unlikely situation, which there are many examples of Indian cricket having done that, and that, like for example, as I said, even before Adelaide, it's not that Indian teams did not play tough going to Australia and wherever they did. I'm saying at that time there was a different mindset that you're chasing it.
I'm bored. See, I'll tell you.
It's definitely opened doors. I like what I saw in terms of the aggressive approach.
But this is different from an unlikely.
It's memorable for me as well. Don't get me wrong when I say that it's not a turning point. It's memorable for sure. It's right up there perhaps whenever in hindsight we talk about memorable test matches. It makes it. But I don't, because I know that such matches are going to be far and few between. You will not get such situations again and again, and teams keep changing again.
No, but that's not the point.
The same treatment cannot be meted out to a stronger outfit.
But that's what I'm saying. Even Adelaide did not keep happening again and again. But why is it a milestone? Because that is telling you the approach, the mindset.
From there, India went on to win all the games. Never did they go to draw any game.
I'm saying this is telling me a mindset of this team that in a scenario like that, whether they win or not is another thing. The mindset of this team, I see it changing from where we are, everyone in convention.
We give 1%.
Okay, let's play. No, that unlikely scenario. But let's play. Even before we think of a win, get 8 and over. Go past their thing. They had no doubts in their minds that they can do it.
And also we are also forgetting.
Perhaps what's stopping me right now is because I can't look beyond the fact that
we don't have to agree.
No, because it's a Bangladesh that had happened to.
Sure.
So that's the thing. Again, if I'd seen a quality opposition, maybe I would have then been tempted to think that no, if you're doing it against an opposition.
Can I tell you one thing? It's not this Bangladesh opposition. it has been doing decently well. They did beat Pakistan. I know Pakistan not the same level, but it's not even like just absolutely also ran. Secondly, if this was a gadda, that rank turner that we were getting, where anyway, people are saying that you are celebrating a test match finishing in 2 days, we were used to 2.5 days. But remember, those were different pitches, my friend, where test matches in 2.5 days would finish. This, on this batting pitch, on a good batting track, with some decent names in that batting lineup, you yourself have said that previously, with the decent batting names in your batting lineup, for you to do it, one, with the bat, also with a decent bowling lineup, which we've discussed, to do it with the bat to bat an 8 and over, which has never, by the way, Harshit, let's not forget, no matter the opposition, stronger teams have played weaker teams. Nobody has gone past 50 at this rate, 100 at this rate, 150, 200. There's a reason, right? So, and then even on condition, like you've had flatter pitches than this also, like roads, and yet you haven't. What this Indian team has done is, as I said, you have a potential and you judge a team by its potential. It's told me it has another gear. It has another potential that I was not aware of. I knew that they could do it, but this gear I was not aware of.
And also, I think we are just taking the Bangladesh side very lightly here. I think it was India who sort of came out with all guns blazing. That's why I think that we are, now that the way they have lost the match I feel we are just having a very different picture of the Bangladesh side. But we need to remember, just before the series started, we were talking about this fact that they could be a side that would give competition to the Indian team.
But I remember saying, and we were talking about it just a couple of hours back, I remember saying that they're not taking 4 sessions away in the 2 test matches. Tell me if they won a third.
They have won 3.5 sessions according to me.
Yeah.
In this test.
2 first sessions in the first test.
I gave 4 as the upper ceiling,
but that's
you gave 2.
His point is not that they were not outplayed.
The expectation always was that India would dominate. I am also
that everyone was agreeing. What I'm trying to say,
what historical record has been when Bangladesh have visited here. Yes, they've lost by innings also in the past. They lost by 280 runs.
But Harshit, just the fact, what I'm trying to say is just the fact to go, again, I mentioned this in the morning also, that just the fact to go after a win. We also sitting here in the beginning just to imagine that India could go on and win a game from there. We were not even Sir wasn't giving more than 7 to 8%. You gave 1%, I gave 5%. And also the team, Rohit Sharma coming out and saying this fact that we didn't know what target we can get to. We were thinking about how quickly we can get rid of them. In that process, we were talking about 120 run, 150 run lead would be a safe target to give Bangladesh, which they cannot go on and chase after that. But the team wasn't even thinking about that. Eventually, we saw they didn't even give them, they just gave them about a 50 run lead so that they come out and bat again. This shows that there was also a fear that you could end up losing this game also. They did not think about that. That thought didn't even cross their minds.
Yeah,
that is also something.
But once the way that Bangladesh folded and India were batting, you knew, even to people like us sitting on the outside, I never thought of India lost from there.
No. That's how India played out at the end.
I can't think of test matches where when you have dismissed the team first time, you are, before you even batted, yes, if you bat amazingly well, you put a target, that's when you start thinking. Before you even batted, you are already planning that I will get these many runs and I need these many overs to dismiss them. That I think was just next level planning, which is why I think that this could be that turning point. I don't know who to credit this to, whether it was
Rohit or Gambhir or Rishabh Pant, as people are talking about.
Was it Rishabh Pant's idea?
No, people are assuming this.
What? I don't know. Not
people are assuming.
What are people assuming?
That he was very involved in the planning and all of that during the mid-session and during the breaks also. So that he also had this. No. There are so many. Yeah, you can check on the source.
No, but
that he was really involved. He was having, maybe because he was really animated while he was talking to the head coach. That's why people are assuming this. I'm not saying that he did have.
No, like there was concrete. Like we heard from the players that the initiative was taken by Gill and Pant in Gabba. That we will be going for the win. Was it a similar case?
No, nothing like that. Just people are assuming this, that he had a very big say in it because he was really animated in the conversation.
I cannot believe that. See, everyone, by the way, if a victory is achieved by an approach, everyone has to buy in. The team has to, which we saw, by the way. But somebody has to be the leader, who has to convey this to the team. And then
Rohit Sharma,
yeah, and I would assume that it was Rohit, which is why I'm calling it Ro ball and not
He
But
said,
also-
I
also-
was going through what Ravichandran Ashwin said, and he said exactly what you just mentioned. He said we had no option. He like the dressing room had to then follow after what Rohit did. First
See,
ball
there it
you
is.
tong for a 6.
Then no debate.
Ash Anna will
First
talk about it
you
on
go tong for a
his
6.
channel.
What
Then-
choice does the dressing room have?
Then it should, anyone who's pointing it to go ball,
Gau ball.
go ball or row go ball or whatever, a record is clear.
And also,
that
what-
it was row ball.
I wanted to ask the both of you also about this. Don't you think that after a very long time we've seen the whole team going towards one motive, getting out of their comfort zone? See Virat Kohli not coming on his batting number, pushing himself down.
But that is because tactically or because he was unwell?
I think tactically. Yeah.
Not because he came later when he was batting, he was unwell.
Yeah.
And he got the patti also.
Yeah. But I think I don't think it was because of that reason. I think it was more
Tactical.
tactically. Yeah.
Yeah, then.
That's a really, again, after a very long time have I seen the Indian team go towards one motive, everyone sort of coming out of their comfort zone, so united, as like you get that feeling of a
But
team.
didn't you get that feeling? At least I got it in the 50 over World Cup. In the
I'm just
T20
talking
World
about Test cricket specifically. The ODI, this
there is a-
eventually started. I saw this for the first time. I noticed this for the first time in the ODI World Cup. It
Yeah.
started from the ODI. I was going to mention that, but I did not want to mix up the formats. But yeah, this started
So then
from
why
the
does it surprise you? Because it's the same captain, the same, I mean, mota moti, same bunch of players.
Yeah.
So then why is it surprising?
I'm
that
telling you,
they-
because at that point, if I was feeling that on a scale of 1 to 10, if that feeling was 7 or 8 at that point, in this test match, I felt that feeling went from 7 to 9 or 10 maybe. I just thought that it was more about, that hunger for winning, that we are ready to do anything, any and everything. I saw that in the ODI World Cup also, but today it was even more. I remember, again, since this test win, I've been constantly sort of, whenever I talk about this team, I'm constantly able to match this
Do you
with the
think-
Australian 2003 Australia team also.
Do you think that this has a lot to do with India winning the T20 World Cup? Because what happens is, you're right, they were playing as a team at the T20 World Cup, but it brings the bunch even closer and it gets the team to believe in their captain even more after you've tasted success like the T20 World Cup.
I believe so.
No.
I believe so. I believe why.
yeah.
I'll tell you why. It starts from the World Cup, where we saw a certain template that the captain followed. We were critical at times of him getting to those 40s, quick fire 40s, but not batting through. That's what was held against Rohit, even though India were doing well. But the template was set. The template was set that India needed good starts, and who was the one taking the initiative? It was the captain. Didn't work out at the final stage. There also he gave you a good start. You wanted him to stick along for a longer time. Didn't unfortunately happen. However, you got 10 wins on the trot. You became the first team to do that, etc., etc. Then comes the World Cup. Again, Rohit Sharma does the exact same thing, but this time the team philosophy is also the same. This time the team philosophy is that we go all out, come what may. Virat Kohli opens, Virat Kohli plays out of his mold, Virat Kohli does things that we haven't seen him do. The others also delve into the same thought, and India go with that attacking mindset, and it finally gives them the title, which is like a seal of approval for what they believed in. They've been now rewarded for exactly what they were made to believe in. Now, this takes the confidence of the team in itself and in the captain's philosophy to another level, and they have all the more reason now that they've been rewarded for their efforts, that this is what we do no matter what the platform is.
I don't think that definitely that would have helped. Yeah, I'm not denying that, but I don't think that has changed the mantra and the
No, but nobody's saying that alone. I'm saying that if I believed in Rohit Sharma 70%, that yes, he's right, this is the way. As soon as you become world champions, then you can reach a stage where you close your eyes and I'll follow what you're saying.
No, I think it's more about, if it's happening at the top, as far as the hierarchy is concerned, then it automatically flows. See again, why Rohit Sharma sort of I don't think he's now, since the ODI World Cup, chasing any records as a batter in that sense. All he's doing is for the team. And that's not easy to be done, because there are many records that he can chase, he can even break, even as an ODI, as a white ball player and red ball player. But just to play that fearlessly and do that again and again, never have I seen him going disappointed after getting out, that I have thrown my wicket, because he knows that he's doing it for the team at the end of the day. So once the captain has that mindset, I feel that just flows, and we have seen that happen with everyone coming out of their comfort zone. I personally could have never imagined a Virat Kohli play the way he did in Test cricket this time in this Test match, but I saw that happening because
Why could you not imagine?
No, playing. See again,
You meant to say that he's not played
No,
for
no,
the
no,
team
no.
scores before?
No.
Wasn't he the example that I was giving in?
No. That's not what I'm trying to say at all. What I'm trying to say is that come out of your comfort zone and play cricket that doesn't suit you personally. Again, this sort of cricket doesn't suit a Virat Kohli. That's why I feel he played cricket that it doesn't suit him. He still sort of did that, because I think once Rohit started to do that, everyone sort of followed that. So I think that is at the top when that happened.
That is true. A leader, as they say, has to lead by example. And if you are suggesting a kind of template or a belief in your team, they should follow. Everyone will. And to be fair to Rohit, you're right. The most selfless bit of batting that I've seen, walks the talk, himself doesn't care. If the team has to do it, he knows I will bat in a certain way, and then automatically the team will follow. But in all of this, I wanted to touch upon one major thing. See, we were all celebrating the batting, the approach and everything. But for me, and I don't know whether everyone would buy into this, but for me, the number one factor for India winning this series are your bowlers. Because Indian team knew that they can get those many runs at that pace. They were confident about it. Your Indian team yourself is saying that we knew we have to see how we can dismiss them. To dismiss Bangladesh twice
in 100 overs.
Yeah, I mean, I know those 3 were down in that first inning before the day,
but yeah,
day one.
100
but
overs in all,
much,
yeah.
To do it twice, I think because why will that go a bit under the radar? Because we were so enchanted by the way India's batting played and all records that were set. We forgot the reason is, the batting India could have done at most occasions. But the bowling in these flat conditions, again, not the rank turners or not even like a pink ball in Adelaide sort of conditions that you got. Much flatter conditions. Whether you're fast bowlers, whether you're spinners, I think they are the real heroes. Even today, as I said, Bangladesh could have easily, they needed to bat 2 sessions. That's all they needed to do. But your bowlers...
But you don't let any...
That's the beauty. Yeah. See, in this team, and I was thinking, again, full credit to Rohit Sharma, he's been spot on. But if I would, be envious, or any captain would be envious of Rohit Sharma where he is today with the bowling attack he has. Because he has ace of spade in Bumrah. Anytime you need it, you use him. In case he doesn't do well, you put it to an Ashwin. He will find a way, he'll think out. If he doesn't do well, give it to a Jadeja, who can get that's a wicket of the match, Litton Das. From a low bouncing black soil pitch to beat a batter with excess bounce, then it cannot be a coincidence that he gets. It has to be a skill. In Jadeja's case, a lot of time people say, naturally he gets extra bounce. No, my friend, I think there's a skill. Because if it was natural extra bounce, then this pitch would have offered that kind of bounce to everyone. It did not. There is a reason that Jadeja can surprise you with a bounce as he did with Litton. So, if you don't have Ashwin, there is a Jadeja. If Jadeja doesn't do, now you've got Mohammad Shami 2.0.
Akashdeep.
Who will get one to jack back in.
The way that he releases the ball, the
seam is just like
everything.
Shami.
It's uncanny actually.
No, but to have these 4, so I don't have a plan A alone, I have a plan B, I have a plan C, I have a plan D.
Siraj and Mr. Raj, we are not talking about it.
One right now is that the BGT start, let's say, next week.
No, and
it's after such a win, yes, of course, you've got to play those 3 test matches. And now what this win does is you play those next 3, you win those next 3 if you can. Then it's just formalities over there, you play for pride. Of course, India will be wanting to win that series as well. But as far as WTC is concerned, the job may very well be done. But right now, this win, the one contest you want right now is the other best team on the WTC table, and that is Australia right now.
What is that? Sabr karo.
And that's why I feel that for the Bangladesh...
Sabr karo.
That the Bangladesh batters, the only way...
रुको जरा, सब्र करो.
the only way to survive in India against these bowlers is to attack. There are very few. You need extreme quality to survive in front of an Ashwin.
No.
If you need to play orthodoxy,
No.
I only remember AB de Villiers and Hashim Amla.
Joe Root
Yeah,
did so
that's
well.
right. Joe Root, Hashim Amla, and AB de Villiers did it once in Delhi in front of Jadeja and Ashwin. They also did not manage to save that test match.
Shashwat, when it is those gaddas you prepared, then I agree.
Yeah.
Through a pitch, a good test batter like Root showed you when you started making good pitches. He also changed his approach after playing that horrendous reverse hit and losing.
Was it a reverse or a paddle? It was a paddle. It was a paddle.
Shot of the century.
Yeah. That's what
after that he understood. But then he became the regular test batter that he was, and he can survive. He can bat for long.
But again, that's what I'm saying. You need extreme, tremendous quality. Only see in the Indian team, I think it's only a Virat Kohli who can sort of counter these bowlers in India, like sort of play it out.
Did you see Virat sweep today?
Yeah.
Sweep shot.
Nailed it.
That's what I'm saying. It's coming out of your comfort zone for the team. That is a really big thing to do for us.
Yes, can we take some sawal, please?
Reverse scoop.
I was a reverse coup. Okay, Madhav says Ravindra Jadeja became the second fastest player ever in the history of Test cricket of 150 years to complete 3,000 runs, 300 wickets. Unbelievable. That's true. That he reached yesterday, only behind Sir Ian Botham. That's an incredible achievement. And I think it makes it even more incredible considering he was always considered a white ball player. And for a white ball player to achieve this sort of a record in red ball, absolutely incredible. And what he's now also proving that he's not just the spinner who will get you wickets on gaddas, because he used to say na stump to stump gadda mein kuch one will turn, one will not turn, will help you. No, even on good batting tracks he showed you he has enough skills to get you those wickets. Incredible. Kuldeep Sharon, Rohit Sharma is the Indian version of Shahid Afridi, scoring runs in 20s and 30s in the name of selfless. No, I think that's a very harsh comment. By the way, I think Shahid Afridi was a very inconsistent batter. His only claim to fame is that he could play aggressively, but that would be once in a blue moon. He would play a match winning knock. Sorry, but you can't say that for Rohit Sharma. I'm sorry. He's far more consistent with that aggression. Plays you many more match winning innings in Test cricket, in T20 cricket, in ODI cricket. So Kuldeep, sorry to disagree, but that's that. Kiran Khatri is wishing you a very happy birthday, Harshit. Yes, very happy birthday to Harshit, who's turned.
It may not be the turning point, as I believe. It's the turn of the decade for me.
It is a turning point birthday for him. You're right. Just like for the Indian team, which he does not believe, for him it is a turning point.
So he just turned 20 or 30?
20, yeah. What 30 you're saying?
It's a turning point.
Where is Chole Bhature live?
Chole Bhature, what? 3 test matches coming up. In fact, I checked on these guys. I remember missing on the first day of the first test match. I was off that day.
Where is his cake, by the way?
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm actually trying to cut
It's
down
on the way.
Come on. Should have cut it on the show now.
In the show, we could have then it should have arrived according to that, but we ordered it according to post show.
They know that I'm trying to cut down on calories. Like,
okay, we'll get you a sugarless.
Yeah. So
no, but cake. Everyone else hasn't cut down on sugar in the office.
True.
Yeah. Okay. We will take Saurabh Singh. He says, I love how Jaiswal is exposing Rohit Sharma's selfless play of 20-30 runs by scoring big runs at higher strike rate. Kudos to Jaiswal. How Rohit was slogging in the second innings, no one can justify. To one point I'll say about to Saurabh, that I agree. Second innings, I agree with you that he did not need to bat the way he did because he had enough time. I agree with you on that. But to say that he is exposing, there are times where Rohit has gone on to play a longer inning and Jaiswal has gotten out early. Also, if any of you think that Rohit doesn't have the grind to do it, I'm sorry. Please look at all the batters in the last 3 odd years. When you got gaddas, I'm sure Rohit average is higher than all of you.
He had the most centuries.
That's what I said, in gaddas. So,
yes.
in tougher conditions. So, he also knows how to grind it. Don't, put him in just one bracket.
Yeah.
Sarat Chandra wants to know, Nikhil sir, where is Sidvi? Yes, a big fan, but he feels that it's not a turning point. And being a Rohit fan, I think he installed this mentality, but his contribution also needed. 23-8 aren't enough. See, that's another thing. If you joined us in the post-match discussion, and maybe tomorrow we'll do a longer dugout on that, is that that's not to say that Indian team, what they've achieved is be all and end all. I think the one thing that I pointed out in this team I would want is bigger contributions from your top order. Some big totals. Harshit wants the BGT to start now. I would rather wait for 3 more test matches because I want my top order to go with a lot more runs. That includes a Rohit Sharma and a Virat Kohli and a KL Rahul and a Rishabh Pant and so on. So all of them, lots of runs under their belt, then go to things. So I agree with you on that front. But since we're sticking to just this test match and whether it's a turning point, we're talking about
Now
that.
to the first part of his question.
Where is Sidvi?
Where is Sidvi? He's on a holiday. You can check out his Instagram feed if you want to see more pictures of him enjoying his holiday. Imagine what a time to
Is
do
he
a holiday.
updating?
He's missed one of the most historic test matches.
Yeah. But is he updating everyone on the
Yes.
Instagram?
Do you follow him on Insta?
No, he never accepted my request.
Yeah, he's such a loser. For everyone he says the same thing. And there is no acceptance. His is an open account.
And his is an open account, by the way.
So come up with better excuses.
Exactly.
You don't follow him, that's another thing. That's your wish. But don't follow it,
That's not the case.
You guys check out. Shashwat has ego issues. He doesn't go to weddings if people don't invite him personally. He doesn't follow people on Instagram because they don't follow him. He'll take time to mature as a grown up. Right now he's young, fresh out of college.
Marriage thing shouldn't have been here. We need to cut that out.
Anyway, moving forward, hey, this is all in good fun, in good humor.
Yeah.
You guys don't jump on.
Shashwat has no ego issues at all.
He doesn't.
Very humble guy.
Adi Star says, what's your view on Yashasvi's technique for Australian conditions? I think he'll do pretty well.
He'll be the best batter there.
I will not go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Because I saw what happened in South Africa, so I'll hold my
No, South Africa was very different. I think there's much more juice in
conditions are
South
different.
Africa.
Yeah.
But Australia, much more flatter. The ball will be suitable for him.
I think
Extra
he'll
bounce.
do well, but that he will be God's gift to mankind.
No. I'm saying it could be a very, very big series for Yashasvi Jaiswal. I'm very excited to see him there. And if he plays the way he's playing right now with this aggression, I think that's why they're already not able to sleep because of him.
Okay, Kiran Khatri says, guys, why don't you bid for being the official broadcasters? I know the amount is insane. I prefer your analysis over host broadcasters. You guys are like OGs. Arey yaar, thank you so much. You're comparing me to the great Richie Beno. I think I'll sleep very well today. I'll have 2 stiff ones for that comparison. But no, thank you very much for your kind comments. But see, unlike the broadcaster, they have to pay to be watching the broadcaster. No?
Yeah.
We are free.
Yeah.
All you need to do is just free subscription. And all he asks for is a like on our video. Nothing.
Yeah.
Which movie
That's
was that?
Simplest thing we request you
3
guys.
Idiots.
So if you're kind enough,
Yeah.
please do that.
And that bell icon for notification.
And bell icon though is for their advantage only, because then they get to know all videos. So many videos for the match we've put. IPL videos regularly we're updating each team. So 5 done, 2 coming today, so 7 teams done.
7:30 you might just get the first one.
Yes, so you're getting one video in about 10 minutes time from now, 7:15, the other at 7:45. So KKR and LSG coming your way. 5 teams already done.
KKR was a tough one to do though.
Yeah, good interesting one that was.
Yeah.
Okay, Vaibhav Tarangi says, I'm very happy for Bumrah. At least he can afford to rest in 1 test match against the Kiwis. He deserves it. Yes, he will. I think
Two test matches. I'd want him to rest. 2
No,
test
he can do
matches.
the middle one. Why?
Okay.
He's not playing a white ball series now.
Yeah, okay then. Let him play. He's fine if he wants to play.
Yeah. I like to see.
I'd want to see him bowl 365 days.
Okay, a lot of people wishing you a happy birthday. Harshit Sarat Chandra, say thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarat Chandra. Thank you. Thank you to everyone.
Kiran wants to know what happened to the football tournaments you folks conducted. We played a long ago. Now we played a football tournament. We'll do another one very soon. Okay, on that note, let's take one. Off the mark with Sanjay. I don't know why he's kept that name, but he says, will we miss Pujara in Australia? Good question. If Shubman can tweak his technique against Cummins, Hazelwood and Stark against the incoming deliveries. Good question. I think Pujara, what he did,
Yeah,
those
you
two
can not
tours
have a Pujara
Those
again.
blows.
was incredible. Yeah, both tours was outstanding.
And now you cannot have a Pujara again.
Yeah, but I think, you know, you're right. If Shubman also has that ability, there's a reason why you consider him as, you know, one for the future. I'm sure he can
Prince.
manage.
That's why he's known as the
Yeah.
Prince.
But he will, I guess, needs to sort out that incoming. Yeah, you'll miss them, but I think that you've got covered.
Rahane, for Mumbai, he is really scoring runs.
So he'll go to Australia.
No. But he's also again another team man.
Play when he scored someone penalty, like play direct.
We'll see. Okay, on that note, thank you very much, guys, for your company as always. With that, another edition of the Dugout comes to an end. Anything you want to add? Anything under the sun? Anything? Something you thought of you wanted to say?
It's a turning day for India and Russia.
Nothing.
Amongst all of us, by the way, while we're all rejoicing, there's personal happiness for Shivam. He's the happiest of all.
Yeah.
Ah, he's got a new iPhone.
He's got
Yeah.
a new
Well done,
iPhone.
Shivam.
First
Congrats.
thing, imagine
And
that
the
gets
color is
delivered-
really nice. I really like the color.
First thing that gets delivered to his doorstep this morning
Wow.
is a
The
brand new
iPhone.
iPhone.
Wow. Well done, Shivam.
People
Congratulations.
mistook him as the birthday boy because he was beaming with joy.
Okay, guys, take care. Good night. Nandri, Vadakkam, Shubhratri, Shabba Khair.
Eat your vegetables and don't trouble your mother.
That's right. See you.